If you were about to read a play or watch a movie and the title was I Stand Here Ironing, what would you think about the movie or play?
I would think that somebody would be ironing.
Okay. If you heard a book or you heard a movie title, I Stand Here Ironing, what would you think it would be about?
I stand here ironing. It sounds like a wife that do nothing but stay in the house all day and iron clothes.
If you were about to watch a play or read a book and the title of the play was I Stand Here Ironing, what would you think about the play or book?
I stand here ironing. Honestly, I would think it's probably maybe about a female and her household duties.
If you were to hear the movie title or book title I Stand Here Ironing, what would you think it would be about?
Well, when I think of somebody standing here ironing, I personally think of my grandmother. So maybe it might have something to do with the home, or might have something to do, with maybe like a single parent.
Could you tell me what you think a struggle for a single parent in the 1960s would be?
I think it could be as simple as putting food on the table. Even I think the struggles back then is very similar to the struggles today.
What would you say is the challenge of a single parent during the 1960s?
They really didn't have much money, no support, like no help, so they really couldn't work. If you ain't got your kid's young, you got no father, how you gonna work? You gotta raise your kid. Sound hard, tough.
What do you think a struggle for a single parent in the 1960s would be?
Of course, dealing with civil rights, because the time period was, they had to, and how the standard of living would have been different compared to how it is now. So I think the struggle would have been, the growing up during a time when blacks were fighting for their rights, and probably the economy may have been vastly different.
What would you say were challenges of single parenting during the 1960s?
Money, time management, healthcare.
What would you say is a challenge of a single parent during the 1960s?
A challenge for a single parent during the 1960s would definitely be education. Because you have to take care of your responsibilities at home, so you'd have to put education on the background. You have to see to it that your child gets quality education.
Could you explain the concept of a blended family to me?
Of what now?
A blended family.
Yeah, clarify that.
A blended family, like when you hear that, what do you think it is?
When I think about a blended family, like I said, I'm reading into the terminology. I'm thinking that, it's not the traditional family per se.
Right.
It's some kind of new phenomenon or that kind of stuff.
Could you explain or tell me what a blended family is?
My opinion is a blended family is like a family of different races, like all in one household.
Could you explain or express the concept of a blended family?
Blended family, I'm unfamiliar with that, but if I had to take a guess at it, a blended family, maybe like two different races as your parents, like a white parent and a black parent or something like that.
What is a blended family in your opinion?
That's when you have like step parents, step children, like you're married into your family by relation.